Hello, this is Jeffrey T. Fertiller with Service Management Leadership. I have a fun topic for you today. And it has to deal with measuring and what do we do with understanding our organization's process or program maturity. A lot of organizations are undergoing that ITIL 4 maturity measurements, and some are looking at program. I encourage it all. But I have 5 thoughts for you. I even know some that are measuring their SaaS programs, their software asset management process maturity. We have to measure. This is a blanket statement. We have to measure so we can now improve. 5 things to consider though. Number 1, we need to understand the opportunities for stakeholders to give feedback. And I use the word understand there a little bit delicately, because many organizations don't see that understanding as a need. I need to, if I'm a leader, give all of my stakeholders an opportunity to give feedback. I need to create a feedback loop so that people can. Have you ever noticed that when you feel like your opinion's heard, you give them a halo effect? Those other people, you cut them a lot of slack. I'm encouraging you to help your stakeholders do the same for you. Give them a feedback loop, listen to them. So through that, number 2, you will identify opportunities for improvement. And those are awesome. What should you do with those? You should put them in a register, in a list. It can be SharePoint, it could be Microsoft Excel, it could be anywhere. Prioritize them and then action them, the list, based upon what brings value, quick wins, whatever criteria you want to use. Number 3, this is a big one. When you see those areas of improvement, encourage your staff not to take those personally, because I've led change management organizations, among others, CMDB organizations, many others. And so what's really hard is when somebody says, I think we could improve in this area in change management. For somebody to say, yikes, I take that personally. We have to help them as leaders through this process. Number 4, see this as baselines, these maturity assessments as baselines, not benchmarks. Whenever you see the word benchmark, it's usually comparing different organizations, either across industries or within an industry. I'm discouraging all of that. And there's 2 reasons why. Your organization is very different than the one that's the most like yours. You have different leadership, different risk. And the second is you'll have a different baseline. You have different processes. You have different people, different SMEs. You can't compare apples to tangerines. No way. So just don't, because it's something that'll zap the joy out of you getting this maturity measured. And lastly, I mentioned it, create a baseline for future assessment. By going through these assessments, you now know this is where we are, this is our starting place. Now we know the areas that we need to improve on, and it allows us to measure in the future to see how we did. This is so difficult for many organizations to create that baseline and to really stomach the possibility that on a 0 to 5 scale, we're at a 1.7. Many people don't like seeing that, but that's a great starting place. It gives you plenty of room for improvement, opportunities. And these assessments are best handled externally for many of these people reasons that I mentioned. And so as service management leadership can help your organization through these assessments, we would love to. We have our own independently created. I created this from a CMMI scale that it's different than most, but it's one that I think is very effective and helps everyone understand the places that we're strong on and places we're not, and what are we going to do about it. So this is Jeffrey T. Fertiller. Let me know how service management leadership can help your organization, whether it's in assessing your process and program maturity or in another area. Also follow our LinkedIn company page and let me know how I can be of help to you. I hope you have a great day.